Hey guys, it's Dr. Hyena, and today, I'm gonna be showing you guys, um, just a little thing about how I make my textures in Minecraft. So here, I've been toying around with the giraffe model, quite a lot, really, um, but I think I've decided, I'll just stick with one cube for the body, and while I was doing this, I decided, hey, it would be a perfect tutorial on how to do this. Um, or perfect opportunity for a tutorial. You get the idea. All right. So, there's a couple of ways we could go about doing this. So, what I'm gonna stick with is do the shading first, and then add the little, white lines and stuff between the spots of this reticulated giraffe. So let's just bump up the size to 2. Make sure you got that mirror on. And then just the sort of lower areas is what we're really shading. And then the belly, we'll take care of that later, the underbelly. Alright, now, there's a few ways you can do this. This is just my way. Everyone's got their own sort of style. Excuse me. Then just go over that. And we're not just gonna leave it like that, so we can get to it right now. Actually, we can just start shrinking the brush size, brush size. God damn it, to 1, and then just add little thingies like that. I think the vanilla horse sort of has something like this, but not quite the same. And it's just cut to. Oh my god, I cannot speak today or tonight. Maybe that's why though, because like it's so late. Anyway, that's just to kind of indicate like little fur strokes and stuff like that. Even though giraffe hair is like quite short, other than the mane, it's still good to have some detail. Actually, got to feed a giraffe recently in Florida, but that was a Maasai giraffe, which is actually larger than the reticulated. In fact, that's the largest giraffe species, period. So that was awesome. Despite me being Dr. Hyena, I really do love giraffes. Probably wouldn't expect that, but it's true. Then again, who doesn't love them? So interesting. And I just got that more saturated tint from the. Oh. Alright, let's do connected colors. There we go. Or you could just do colors, but eh. I mean, oh well, it doesn't change too much. Okay, so we still got a bit of work to do, but hey, that's fine. Oh, okay, so that's that color. Okay, so let's get a highlight color from the main. And if we actually just look at giraffe anatomy, God, that's cursed. I mean, I know how that's like that's just how they are, but yeah. All right. So if we look here, um, geez, let me adjust this stuff so you guys can see what I'm talking about. Okay, so you can see where the muscles are. So in those, actually, we're gonna add the darker tint there, or shade. Tint is lighter, shade is darker. So like that, and then that part I can just. Then we can lower the opacity so like it's a little darker, but not all the way. Or like, you take that and then lower the opacity. I mean, I'm pretty sure you can figure that out though. All right. So actually, let's just make that even more dramatic of contrast. There we go. That's looking better. So yeah, I always like to define the anatomy. Even though it's just Minecraft, it still is nice to add like, oh, some some detailed texture work. And I figure, rather than just adding whatever fur strokes and stuff all over the place, on a short furred, really muscular, powerfully built animal, it's important to, you know, go off the muscle definition. At least that's the way I see it. So that's where the hip would be. And then I don't want to get too carried away with this, but it is fun. Alright, and then on top of the back, you can just, and even like in here, just add some highlights, keep it interesting. And you're probably wondering, what about the, white areas separating the spots? Don't worry, we're getting there. Slowly but surely, we will get there. Just don't want to leave this unfinished. And then just like, forget about it, because it might not be the best thing to admit, but I am pretty forgetful at times, so yeah. Oh well, you know what they say, honesty is always the best policy or whatever, and I agree with that. is add that to blend out this highlight here. You don't have to blend it out too much though, because like you want that to still be there. And then, if we weren't adding the white lines and stuff, um, which, we obviously are, don't worry, okay? But if we weren't, I would probably go even more detailed on the body, like over here. In fact, I'm still gonna do that. Because, like, we can still add more contrast, more variation. Even though it's subtle, like, it's the kind of thing where, like, if you don't have any at all, it's gonna, you're gonna notice really quickly, and it's gonna look a bit off-putting to say the very least. Alright, so there's that. Excuse me. Just had some cereal. And yes, I do eat cereal late at night, so, yeah. Alright, so now, I think that's good for the brown areas. For the lighter, like almost white areas, we can just select, let's say this one, I think. Alright. Safe current progress, of course, of course, of course. Alright. So now, the word reticulated, it comes from, I forget which language, but essentially what it means is, like netted, like, because the markings, like it looks like a, dark brown animal with, like, almost like white netting on it, and I think that's, I agree with that description. I think we can do better than that though, so if we just look at articulated giraffe. Yeah, okay, I can see what they mean when they say that. Can totally see that, yeah. So just continue adding those. Each giraffe will have its own spot pattern, just like any animal with a pattern. Like, each one's unique. They're not like, clones or robots or whatever. That are all just identical. Like, no, that's not how nature works, ever. So these things do take time, but like, honestly, I enjoy it. I think from here I can go without, constantly looking back at the reference. And we can just expand this, because there's some things, yeah, see, like that, like you can't quite notice without looking at the actual image itself. Texture image, that is. So they do seem to have like mostly white underbellies, although there are some like lighter spots on some individuals, like on the belly. Sorry if I've gone quiet, by the way. I'm just like really focused on this right now. Getting close to being done with this area. And then move on to the shading for the white areas and then the belly. Alright, so we've got the main thing done, which is great. I think it looks good so far. And then what's gonna be the icing on the cake, so to speak, is just the shading. So let's get this. Alright, so that's a good start. And then add that in between shade, which I believe is right there. Yep. We can go back and make the darker shading like, even darker. Just add some more contrast. Alright, we're getting there. We're getting there. Alright. Then here, just select that, lower the opacity, and then just add some stuff here for, just for variation and whatnot. Alright, so yeah, I guess that's about it. Um, you could, like, edit the shading of, like, individual spots if you want. I mean, personally, I'm not the biggest fan of that, but then again, I managed to do it over here, so let's actually just see how that goes. Okay, okay, not too bad. So yeah, it really just depends on your preference as far as that's concerned. And then, to mitigate the extremeness of the contrast, you can just go over it lightly. That is if you want to. If you don't want to, then don't. Alright. I think that looks good. Oh. Yeah, that just kind of shows you how big they are. Alright. Let's just save our work, obviously. Don't want to lose that. Did spend quite a while on that. And yeah, alright. Hope you guys enjoyed this. See you next time.